Hey sports fans, Louie Diamond back at you here in sunshiny Las Vegas, Nevada with freepicksandodds.com's continuing coverage of the 2013 NFL season previews. This clip, it's all about the AFC South, and we're going to start from the bottom and the top. Coming in last place this year, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's a team that was outscored by 189 points last year, ranked 30th in rushing, 21st in passing, and 30th in defense. Now they have a new coach in Gus Bradley, who's a defensive coach, but he's inherited the worst quarterback competition in the league. Gabbert versus Henne, and Gabbert starts off camp with a sprained ankle. But not only that, 23 guys who were on the Jaguars last year currently on different rosters. But I guess that could be seen as a good thing. If Bradley gets his way, it's going to be ground and pound and slowing things down. But he has his work cut out for him to get his way, and that is not something I want my money on. Good news is it's not hard to improve from last year's 2-12 team. Jaguars 3-13 straight up this year, 7-9 against the spread. Now the Tennessee Titans. Now here's a team with no defense, no offense, and what kind of seems to be no coaching. Jake Locker had a terrible season last year, but most of it can be attributed to a lame offensive line. Munchak claimed that's going to be different this year, but I agree, but I think it's for the worse. They lack quality receivers for an average quarterback to throw to and an offensive line that doesn't give him time. CJ is going to be wrapped up once again this season as he is the only weapon for defenses to key on. They're 24th versus the pass, 24th versus the run. This team is going to be in for a long season, and it could be the fade of the season. Titans, 4-12 straight up, 2-14 against the spread this season. Now the Colts, this team is one I think you could bet over blindly every week. They will most likely be in the highest scoring games of the year. Now, this team had a mission last year with Pagano getting sidelined by cancer, and they played at the highest level they could play at. Very tough to duplicate. So I think this year is going to be a little bit different. Yes, I'm still high on Andrew Luck being a great quarterback, but this team was 26th in defense, 22nd in rushing, and if it weren't for the quality of that quarterback Luck and the overachieving high emotions they had, this team would probably be bottom feeders. They gave up a ton of points last season, and they did very little to upgrade that defense. I say the Colts are going to be 8-8 straight up this year because of a weak division, but they're going to be 6-10 against the spread, but 11-5 to the over. Look for overs in the Colts games. In first place this season, the obvious choice, the Houston Texans. They look like they're going to have a cakewalk in taking their third straight division title and an easy entry into the 2013 playoffs. They come into the season with Arian Foster-led 8th-ranked rushing game, but after 2 quick exits in the playoffs, and Andre Johnson entering his 11th season, they know they have to have their eyes on the big prize and not just the division title. The Texans were 7th against the run last year, and I see that improving. The 2012 Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt, says he's more explosive and more agile than he was last year. I'm not going to take his word for it. Plus the return of Brian Cushion inside and the addition of Ed Reed to boost their soft secondary, this defense will improve and turn some heads this year. But the real question for them is, can Matt Schaub step up and become a real NFL quarterback? In 10 years, we've yet to see that from him. 12-4 straight up for the Texans, 9-7 against the number. But don't forget, if you're looking for some solid plays this season, just text the word free winner to 90210, and I'll get you started with your first one free. This is Louie Diamond. Thanks for watching freepicksandodds.com.